Use the gifts that you have. As I said before, I was given certain talents athletically, and by the way I walk now, know that I've used every possible physical gift I can, but use your mental gifts. Think, write, take notes, be observant, but think. It's a word I used to write on my catcher's glove when I played baseball. Every time I got a new glove, the first thing I did was write the word think on the back of it. Think ahead. And what I guess I like to say is anticipate the nose. Think of every possible thing that could come up every time you think about doing something. What possibly should I anticipate in this situation? And I don't think for me in my life, I anticipated no's as well as I should have and as well as I do now. And that's the time necessary to think moving forward.
Okay. Switching gears. Lady Gaga.
I love her. I love her. I love her because of what she stands for. She's a little bit esoteric. She's out there. But if you've ever listened to her speak, if you watch the way she mentors young, striving artists, knowing how difficult it was for her in her career in life to get where she got, I think she's great. I have all the respect for Lady Gaga. And, by the way, her last name is very close to my last name. Germanetta, as opposed to Germano. So if you look at the first two-thirds of her name is Germano, which is coincidental.
All right. Next word. Future.
The future is ours to create. We have been given more tools than I believe we could ever use. And I don't know if I'll ever get to use them in my lifetime because there's more behind me than there is in front of me. But our future is here to create, and we have some things and some responsibilities to approach and take great care and in adjusting. And for me, the healthcare issue is one of them, but that starts with us taking responsibility for ourselves. And if I can send a message out there, everyone that's listening, some way, shape, or form, tonight, tomorrow, do one more thing tonight or tomorrow that you haven't done for yourself yesterday or during today. But begin to take responsibility, one more thing each day at a time. And we can only get better one day at a time, but there's a phrase we like to use in physical therapy that we go in increments of one. We can't jump from A to Z overnight, but if we all do one more thing each day, then we can get there. And again, I know it's easier said than done, but we have some real hurdles to climb in this country in regards to health care, but that starts with ourselves, and it starts in our homes. And it's the same things I said when I was running the American Council on Exercise. And it's more difficult today than ever before with the constraints on family and people having to work 2 jobs and people having to put kids through schools, and we see it, and the economy where it is, and we know the economy's not going to rebound anytime soon, but we all have to keep our nose to the grindstone, and we all have to move forward, again, one step at a time and one day at a time, and be responsible for ourselves and treat each other well and support each other. There's so much inequity out there. It just breaks my heart at times. So whatever we can do.
Okay, before we lose you in the show, we have approximately 8 minutes. And in that time, I want to cover sort of a synthesis of the great gifts you've given us tonight of wisdom and the things that you've learned through your journey. I also want to give a little bit of airtime here to the 2-pronged question I asked you, and then let people know how they can get a hold of you. So if we could do a little bit of aerobic speaking, let's go for it. A lot of ground to cover, but very worthwhile for the audience. First, if you could give us what came to mind of replaying 2 life events, keeping one as is, changing the outcome of another. What can you tell us?
The first event was doing something for money and not thinking and anticipating the no's, and having it end with unintended outcomes, and the not positive or negative outcomes. But money is never the reason to do anything, unless you're retiring and it's going to be more money than you can spend in the rest of your life. But at 34 years old, it was the wrong decision, and if I could do it again, I would anticipate the no's. But I didn't think, and I didn't anticipate the no's. The second part of that was something I alluded to a moment ago, and that is that you're always being observed, even when you don't realize you're being observed. And mentoring people and the effect that you have on people, and taking that for granted. And I took that for granted. I took that for granted to the point where it bit me in the rear end, and it was the worst hurdle that I had to overcome in my life. It was the one that was so painful